So, you want to get your first trap kill on Hoplite, or maybe you just need a good, reliable trap. If so, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to get your first trap kill. First, we need to level up our trapper kit. Until you get trapper level 3, trapping kinda sucks. The fastest way for us to get coins is through redeem codes. Do /redeem BR4 and /redeem BR5, and you should have enough coins to upgrade your trapper kit. Now, we can start trapping. The first skill you're going to want to learn is funneling. Our goal is to funnel our trap into a 1x1 area, and we do it using this redstone circuit. It's 2 redstone dust and 4 redstone torches per funnel, meaning you will need 8 redstone dust and 16 redstone torches for any 5x1 trap. This is a honey trap, but how does it work? Basically, when someone walks on a honey block, their movement speed is reduced by 60%. This makes it impossible to jump up even half a block. The slow effect is still applied even when the honey is under a slab, making traps like this possible. The trap is extremely easy to make, and the only redstone required is your funnels that you should already know how to make. Okay, so I figured the best way to teach you all exactly how to build a honey trap efficiently, and the best way to bait, would be to just voice over one of the games I've won. The first thing I'm doing is looking around for structures that I can build the honey trap in. Usually we try to go for a pyramid or square structures. Usually just something that increases in altitude, something with a staircase. Like, for example, jungle temples or those box desert structures that Hoplite has. Now that I've found the structure, I would usually go to mine wood. 3 logs is all you need pre-mining phase since Trapper Kit gives you wood. In this clip, it took me a while to find a structure, so I already have the wood from the kit. The next thing I'm doing is grabbing a smelter stick. This requires 2 coal, and 3 raw iron. My goal is just to get at least 5 more iron. I need 3 iron for an axe and 2 for some shears. My duo is going to mine the rest of the iron for me. I take a look at the structure and decide that it's probably best to use cobblestone as the building material. When building a trap, you want to limit the area that players can move around without making them feel boxed in. The more boxed in an area is, the more it seems like a trap. I placed the honey layer pretty high up, but I've realized that putting it lower makes it look less suspicious, so that's what I've been doing in my more recent honey traps. I build a trap while my friend makes iron, and once he gets to me, he starts funneling while I create the chest room and make the backup. The backup I like to build the most is called a no-funnel Parker. It's pretty versatile and it can be used to kill people that dig on you, as well as just people who want to drop down your ladders. There's a link in the description to the video that I used to learn it. We'll come back to this later in the video when people dig on us. Now that everything is built, I can finally show you all how to bait. Baiting is the most important part of this trap because if your bait isn't just right, they will most likely just see your trap and run away. I see a player and go to fake craft. It makes sense that if you're crafting and someone scares you, you would run away. That way I don't have to turn around to fight and it seems less obvious that I'm trapping. I turn around when I'm next to the trap to crit a few times before running into the trap. This step is important as it means that the player will be close enough to you that they won't see the gap since their camera is pointed up rather than forward. This is probably the perfect example of how to properly bait. The most important step in this bait is getting a bow. Usually when you turn around and run repeatedly, it looks like you're trapping. But when you do it with a bow, most players would just think you're a bow spammer instead of a trapper. It's important to note that you have to miss a lot of your bow shots for this to work, since if you hit them a bunch, they might just give up. I bow spam them periodically until I get to the trap. Since they're not right next to me, I need to wait for them to catch up without making it look like I'm trapping. I block up to stop them from shooting me and wait for them to get closer. When they get close enough, I head and then fight them. I need to get them grouped up and chasing me so that I can get all of them instead of just one. And after that, I simply run over the trap and they fall in. Every trapper I've talked to has said that honey traps are way too obvious, and that they never work, when in reality, all it takes is for the victim's attention to just not be completely there. For example, my teammate is running away. This teammate is full diamond and king, so I think it's safe to assume that he isn't just some noob. And he kind of just walks in the trap. I think this should show that the trap isn't as obvious as some people think it is. I mean, even Judlo has built this trap on strength, and if it's good enough for Judlo, I'm sure it's good enough for you guys to get your first trap kill. The last eventful thing that happens is just me and my friend killing the Magma Club guy. We manage to get him with the backup, but for whatever reason, he doesn't die. We do eventually find him and kill him. The deathmatch itself was kind of boring, so I won't be showing you guys that. We kind of just cleaned up the rest of the lobby. Anyway, this is proof that we did actually win the game. That's all our loot we got. And yeah, if this video helped you, please subscribe.